Broadcasting live in 185 countries, 6 3/4 continents, on the International Space Station, and carried on both Voyager Golden records. It's the Weekly Rumble, where we place 4 YouTubers in a cage with a live lion. Oh wait, that's not how this works? The Weekly Rumble, where we pit the wits and opinions of 4 YouTubers against each other. Well, Chris Knight dishes out the points, or takes them away. Without further BS, here is your host, Chris Knight.
Well, I forgot to take the names off of the lower part of the screen. That's my fault, whatever. I am Chris Knight. You were watching The Real Review 3000, and today is Thursday, and as always, or most always on Thursday, we do the Weekly Rumble, where I bring in 4 YouTubers or 4 people that wish they were YouTubers or whatever, and have them answer questions that they put up for themselves and 2 that I put up. But before we go into all the rules and all that other stuff, we're going to bring the 3 people that I have in right now, and we're going to let them describe themselves, where they can be found, all that fun stuff. We're going to start with that first. But before we do that, let me say hi to the chat first. I see Seth Englehart's here. AVP's here. I see Joe Nobody. Memes of Destruction. Guys, thank you for showing up. Before we get too far along, let me do this, guys. AVP is in the chat right now, and she is an integral part of what I do here. She helps me out with the questions and all that. She kind of, I guess, scribe, secretary, I don't know. She does a lot for me. She helps me out because I'm busy all week long. So she kind of keeps the chat in line. She's the mom type person.
Right.
Anyways, her and her mother are actually needing to move to Tennessee to be closer to family. And she has a GoFundMe going right now. Now, she does a lot of stuff for me, and I would really like you guys to go check out her GoFundMe and try to help her out if you can. And, she's got a gold set, and it's enough money, I guess, to help them move. So they really need to do this. I know that she has an elderly mother. So if you guys can go check that GoFundMe page, I just put it into the chat. I'd greatly appreciate you looking at that. And if you can, I know during the times that we're currently in that it could be tough, but if you could, I mean, $5, $1, I don't know, anything. If you can help them out, please do think about doing that. Now, with that said, oh, look at that. How about this? Perfect timing.
There we go.
So,
Sorry, I'm late. Sorry,
no, you're perfectly fine. So
that was a massive poop.
Let's do this, guys. Since we've got everybody here.
You had everybody here.
There we go. Okay, now that we have everybody here,
Hopefully it works.
what we're going to do is I'm going to tell everybody how this game works. We're going to go into the game immediately, and about 3 questions in, we'll go ahead and let you guys tell everybody about yourselves. That's normally how I do it. Now that we got Optimus here, we're going to do it that way. So what we're going to start doing here, I'm going to first turn that off so we don't have to hear that. Okay. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to read off the rules and how this works. So first off, all my panelists gave me 2 topics each, and I put in 2 topics myself. That gives us a total of 10 topics. The topics go on to what I call the Wheel of Topics. I know these are crazy names I just pulled out of thin air. Just go with it, okay? But those topics will be spun for, and we'll pick 5 topics. The Wheel of Topics will pick 5 topics, of which all 4 of our panelists will individually speak on. How do they do that? We spin the Wheel of Time. The Wheel of Time gives us a certain amount of time that each panelist gets to talk about that topic. So you will each get the same amount of time for the same topic each round. Now, each panelist will get a response time to add something to the original responder's statement if they want to. Now, if you choose to do so, you have to tell me that you have something to add. I'm only going to say that right now. After this, it's up to you to do that for me, okay? Last but not least, each panelist will get 1 mulligan that can add up to the 5-minute max time or down to the 1-minute minimum time. It can be anything in increments of minutes, okay? You guys all get that? It's tough. It's hard. I understand. So let's do this, guys. We're going to go ahead and we are going to share the wheel. This is the Wheel of Names. The Wheel of Names picks who's going to go first. We're going to spin it, and we're going to see who goes first. Xavier. All right. So I'm going to write down everybody's name. I'm going to remove your name because at the time of the 5th question, I will spin it again to see who gets the last round to start. So we're going to go. I got to type everything up. This is horrible.
I have one quick question.
Yes.
Like, what age appropriate level stream is this? Like,
I am monetized, but I normally have problems with these fully getting monetized anyway. So just remember that we're all fucking adults here, and it's whatever you fuck.
So we can say the fuck word.
I don't know. I don't really like using the fuck word, but I guess you could fucking say fuck if you want to fucking do that. But I don't know. Okay. Is everybody good on that now?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. And then evil Bob. Okay, so I got everybody's name now. Now I love to throw in wrenches to the system, so I've got a wild card wheel here, which has some wonderful stuff you could get, like an extra mulligan, no 5 minutes, no 4 minutes, no 3 minutes, or I could take your mulligan away. So we're gonna spin this wheel and see what fun stuff we get to do today. I just came up with this today. I was like,
I was about to say, this is new. No!
I did not expect that.
Dang it. You're going to mix it up a little bit. Extra mulligan and no mulligans right next to each other.
Does anybody want to give up their extra mulligan if I spin again? Here's the thing. I'll spin again if everybody agrees that it will bring back their mulligan if they get the extra mulligan.
So only if it lands on extra mulligan.
Yes. If not, I'll do whatever it says. But if you get the extra mulligan, it'll only give you 1 mulligan, not 2. So what do you guys want to do? You want to go without the mulligans, or do you want to try to spin again?
I don't know, man.
Okay. So what?
Oh, never mind.
Okay. So no mulligans today. This is interesting.
Oh boy.
All right, guys, here we go. We're going to spin the wheel for the first topic. Remember, Xavier, you are first.
Yay.
The first topic, given that he has the wealth and probably enough free time to pursue college, why do you think J.J. Abrams can't finish stories? In other words, how far in a marathon does he run before he lets someone else cross the finish line for him? Guys got that?
Yeah.
Basically, why is he such a fucking putz? Okay, so I mean, I'll just dumb it down there. So the time.
Oh boy.
This is going to freak people out. They're like,
no.
See,
no mulligan.
The 2 minute does pretty good. The 2 minutes.
Okay, for this question, 2 minutes not bad. Okay. Whew.
Okay, so we don't remove it because the 2 minute time is there. So up first is Xavier. I'm going to put the 2 minute time right there. Oh, it's already there. How about that? So 2 minutes is on the board. And Xavier, are you ready?
Sure.
Your time starts now.
God, I hate J.J. Abrams. Okay. I really don't think he will ever finish the story. Like this entire question I wrote as a joke because I was like, oh God, statistically it won't get picked. I was wrong.
That's the first one.
Wow. So, way to screw us over, buddy.
Yeah, I legitimately don't think J.J. Abrams will ever finish a story because we have him dipping out of Lost, we have him dipping out of Force Awakens. Cloverfield is a horrible mess and just horribly inconclusive. So it's one of those things that it is really funny how he is regarded as an auteur director by stupid morons. And given the marathon setting, I think we get about a third of the way through and they get some Kenyan guy in just horrible whiteface and a curly wig, and they have him run the rest of it until it gets right before the cameras at the finish line, and then it's J.J. Abrams and Heelys, and he just kind of like stumbles his way like towards the finish line, falls over, rolls a couple times, and then crosses it, and everybody lauds it as an amazing thing that he finished this marathon. It was wonderful. It was spectacular, and I really don't know where to go with this. I have 20 seconds left.
See, he's starting to realize exactly the problem everybody else has. They're like, oh crap, how do I do this? I got how long?
Yeah, man, this sucks, and so does J.J. Abrams. Lost was a mistake. So was Star Trek. Actually.
All right, interesting. So, normally I give points, but this time, no.
Yeah.
I'll give you 5 points for effort, and I will take 5 points away for what the fuck.
Yeah.
No, I'll stick with the 5 points. Piper, your time's up, and you have 2 minutes. I won't even ask about the mulligan because it doesn't exist today. 5 minutes, or no, 2 minutes. I'm sorry.
Woo!
I should make you talk for 5 minutes. No, 2 minutes on the board. Your time starts now.
Okay, so I think he did, something successful and decided he was hot shit and decided to coast the entire rest of his career so far, and I still have 1 minute and 40 seconds to fill for that. It also seems like, especially when he gets his hands on a popular property that's already been established, he's kind of like, oh, well, I don't have to put effort into this. The fans are already there. This shit will write itself.
I liken it to Sinead O'Connor on Saturday Night Live with the Pope's picture.
Yeah. So yeah, especially since it mentioned given all his wealth and crap like that, I think it's like, you know what? I've got plenty of money just putting my name on shit. People just like putting my name on shit, and I'm gonna phone it in because fuck it, I can. I'm J.J. Abrams. I think I'm awesome. Fuck.
52 seconds.
Hold on. I'm going to spend the rest of the time nervously laughing. Hold on.
I mean, you could have something to add.
Well, wait till your turn because you're going to need it. So, yeah, don't worry. What you do at this point is talk really slow about J.J. Abrams. Okay. So, what the fuck was with Lost, you guys? What even was that? That was awful. And it's all his freaking fault. J.J. Abrams.
Okay. Okay. Well,
It's your turn. There's so many good questions that 2 minutes would have been perfect for. This one needed 30 seconds or something.
Maybe a minute.
2.5. 2.5.
Aww.
Okay, fine. 5.
I was gonna say I thought I did a little bit better because I wasn't repetitive.
Fine. You get 4. No, 5. We'll stick with 5. 5, 5, 5. 5. All right. Up next, Optimus.
All right.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. 2 minutes on the board. Your time starts now.
So essentially, I just have to drag on J.J. Abrams for 2 minutes. It's not going to be too hard.
As long as you do it in a form of a question or answer to the.
Well, I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to do if I don't get interrupted.
I'm helping you.
I don't need help to dunk on J.J. fucking Abrams. Okay.
No, I'm just saying every time I interrupt, I'm using up more time for you.
Yeah, I got that. I appreciate.
No interruption. He gets his time to rag on him.
Exactly. To answer the freaking question, no, he can't do it. I mean, the man can't make a movie without some damn lens flare, right? So, why would we expect in any way, shape, or form that he would actually finish a story or anything like that? Has he even done a story? Does his stories even matter? Are his stories even memorable? Does anybody remember the plot to Force Awakens? I do, when it was called A New Hope. Right? Most everything he does is recycled, right? Oh, he was a big thing. Oh, he did Lost. Who cares? He did a TV show. Woohoo! Oh, Cloverfield. Yeah, shaky cam. I remember that one from when I was watching the fucking Blair Witch Project. I remember that shit. You know, there's nothing unique about him. There's nothing good about him. You know, and the fact that he used his influence for nepotism to get his son a goddamn comic, Spider-Man comic, was the worst thing I've ever seen. So, if you ever want to know more about that, check out Graded Point 5 on YouTube. But yeah, no, I don't give a damn about him. I wish he would go away. I don't want to see his name attached to anything else. He's not a good storyteller. He's not a good director. He's not a good producer. Everybody thought he was going. I'm going to come in. He's going to come in. He's going to save Star Wars after the other guy almost ruined it. No, he made it worse. That movie was terrible. I don't care what anybody says. That night I spent in that Mexican theater was a terrible night. So I don't really give a crap about J.J. Abrams. He can, go F himself in the A and all that good stuff. So, see, I can do it.
Sure, it wasn't a brothel.
No, it wasn't a brothel.
Because those have movie screens too.
No, it was a Mexican theater that I was able to watch at home.
Okay. Well, let's see here. It's been a few weeks since I've had to give out points. 5 points. Why not? All right. It's graded 0.5. We'll just start 5 points. In fact, Evil Bob, you can talk, but you're going to get 5 points anyways, just because I said so. That's just how this works. I am he. I am. Yeah. Okay. So, Evil Bob. 5 minutes. Oh, 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
I was going to say 5 minutes. Holy shit. I don't know.
2 minutes on the clock. Your time starts now.
Okay, so the problem I have with J.J. Abrams is that, yes, he recycles everything. Yes, he is considered an auteur for whatever god-awful reason. But it's just his recycling is rampant, and it is terrible, and every time it happens, everyone acts as if he's going to be the savior of X property. Star Trek, Star Wars, fuck! I bet if he was going to make a Buffy the Vampire Slayer remake, they'd be jumping on his dick for that. Unfortunately, he is not anywhere near the level of professionalism required of foot fetishist. What's his fucking face?
Tarantino.
Not Tarantino. Oh god, this is going to happen a lot, isn't it? I am nowhere good with names. He's bald. Whedon's better than fucking Abrams. Whedon Whedon has imagination. Whedon has an extreme foot fetish, but he still has more capability than everything that they're crediting J.J. Abrams with. Like, take any one film of his and you remove lens flare, and what do you have? You have people staring into the camera dramatically. Like, hell, his wife had to tell him to fuck off with the lens flare. His wife told him to fuck off with the lens flare. That's how bad the lens flare is in his films. And oh god. And honestly, it's at the point where he makes OG Chan's stories seem coherent. That's how bad Lost was, honestly. I've never watched Lost. I just know this offhand. It's just, oh god, I can't stand the thought.
You can stop, Mike. You can stop.
Your time's up.
It's
really simple. If you want to know if he's ever completed or if he's ever finished anything, ask his wife, and she'll probably say no.
Well, I mean, he does have a son, so I guess it was one time.
Well, have they done the DNA test yet?
Oh,
yeah. No. I have one thing to add before we get off of the topic of J.J. Abrams, because I remembered something, and none of us brought it up. Is his bootleg E.T. movie Super 8?
Oh yeah.
And just how god awful that was.
It was forgettable. That's why I forgot.
All right, we're gonna jump to topic number 2. Piper, you are up first for this one.
Oh boy.
With movie theaters in a state of decline, you are given free reign over a singular Marvel character's destiny. And
Disney Plus show.
Disney Plus show. Okay, we're gonna start over again. With movie theaters in a state of decline, you are given free reign over a singular Marvel character's Disney Plus show. What character do you choose? What genre is the show? And what is the basic premise? You got it, everybody?
Yeah, I hope I remember all that. That's a lot of questions.
Okay.
That's why I put them all in a notepad.
Oh, I see somebody. That's what I do. So if you need it again, I do have it up in front of me. But I'm going to take it off of here. We are going to spin the wheel of time. And that dreaded 5 minutes is still on the board. And again, this wheel is really like the 2 minute one for the past few weeks. So 2 minutes stays on the board because it is not 3, 4, or 5 minutes. And your time, as soon as I find my clock again, there it is. Your time starts now.
Okay, Disney Plus. So we're doing like they're putting everybody on Disney Plus now.
So it'd be a Marvel character that they still own.
Yeah. Well, they own, I think, most of them.
Or have a play on most of them.
Make a let's see. Oh my god, I'm gonna spend half this time thinking of I'm gonna say make a Spider-Man. Because my brain keeps going back to fixing Spider-Man. Give him his own show. I don't get genre because I think the genre would be, a comic book.
Action. Comic
Oh, well,
book.
yeah, action. There should be action. And give him a little bit of, give him a show that shows him bringing your typical friendly neighborhood Spider-Man adventures. Preferably pull some from the comics if you want, memorable adventures. But get him out from under Tony Stark and crap like that. Like, I guess you could leave that for the movies if they do the movies, but have the show actually be Spider-Man being Spider-Man, and bring back what's his face, J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh yeah. Oh, they did at the end of the last movie.
Yeah. Bring him back for the show. Definitely, because he's just freaking perfect. And maybe some of save the big villains for the movies, but bring in some smaller but recognizable by comic fans villains for him to deal with. But no Tony Stark, no really talking about Avengers and shit like that. Fuck Disney Plus though, for real.
This PSA brought to you by Piper. All right. You know what? That last bit got you 10 points. So you were up to, I can't add, never mind.
15.
No.
15.
15?
8.
8. Okay. 8 sounds right. No. All right. Optimus, your time starts. Wait, you know the question, right?
Disney Plus, which character, Marvel,
6
genre.
plus 6 is 15. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. 2 minutes on the board. Your time starts now.
Okay. If I was going to do a character-based show on Disney Plus from a Marvel property, it would actually be The Incredible Hulk. And the reason why is because the format's already been used before from back in the 70s when they did the original Incredible Hulk series. I think that could work well, showing Bruce Banner going through his travels, trying not to Hulk out, failing every episode. So we could see some cool Hulk action. And I think it would be a good way to bring in some of his other villains and stuff like that you're not able to bring into the movies and whatnot. So I could see him, doing the leader, and things like that. As far as genre goes, it's basically what I said. The wandering behemoth kind of thing. Him trying to run away from things that are going on and stuff like that. It kind of writes itself. And of course, he's still an Avenger and all that cool stuff. So you can see the Avengers calling him when sometimes maybe little some guest stars every once in a while and whatnot. But the biggest thing is like showing him like kind of trying to get away from society as it is.
I'm sorry. Would you continue with Professor Hulk?
No.
Good. Thank you.
No, because while I've always liked Professor Hulk, I thought it was a cool thing to do in the comics. It doesn't work on TV. I think the Hulk needs to be as Tony Stark said, a gigantic rage monster. And I always didn't like the fact is him saying I'm always angry and he can become the Hulk at will. kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just think it should be like, he goes to a bar, somebody starts picking on him, he gets, pissed off enough and becomes a gigantic rage monster and beats the shit out of everybody, and then, then he leaps off and it's like, what was that about? And then he goes and has to find somebody's pants on a clothesline and and change his shirt and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think a Hulk show on Disney Plus.
That brings up a better and more important question that I'll pose to you, and we'll see if you get more points for answering this. Why doesn't the Hulk just streak? I mean, come on. After he's done, why doesn't he just go streaking?
Well, I mean, here's that's a good question, because the big question would be, who's going to tell him not to? He's the goddamn Incredible Hulk.
I like you answering the question with a question. You get 10 points. So,
thank you.
Evil Bob, your 2 minutes is on the board. Are you ready? Do you need a recap on what the question is?
Yeah, a Disney show that Disney Plus show. I have control over it.
Yes. What do we do with stupid politicians? That's exactly the right question.
Yeah.
So, your 2 minutes is on the board, and your time starts now.
Well, first of all, we elect them out of office. Oh fuck. Okay, so if I had an actual Disney Plus show, I would start with like a 6-part miniseries that would like try to explain go with a little more detail of Rogue, honestly, because with the movies they were okay. I mean, they showed Rogue's power level, but the difficulties with her having her powers, but they didn't show what I grew up with, and that was with the cartoon in the 90s. They didn't show her being like badass as fuck, and that's what I would end the little mini series with, is with her like half killing fucking Miss Marvel, and then I would use Brie Larson, and then just from there just be like, you know what, that's exactly how we should have ended the Marvel movie.
Okay, so who was it again? You said
Rogue.
Oh, okay. I wanted to make sure. Okay, go ahead.
Because honestly, that's they don't explore souped up Rogue in the movies.
Uh-oh.
They just show the one that sucks, that she can't like have any human touch or anything at all, which is honestly a terrible outcome. But it's not the one that I grew up with. The one I grew up with is that like the souped up Miss Marvel theft, and that's what I would explore, like the difficulties of being this power vampire, life force vampire, effectively, and then end it with essentially ending the threat that is Miss Marvel. To continue the continuation of the Marvel Universe.
Nice. Okay. No, I'll give you 10 points because Rogue was probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, mine too.
And you're absolutely right. I mean, Anna Paquin, I thought she was cute. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was just, but the portrayal was not anything near what they could have done with that character. In fact, they kind of fell in the safe zone of the cartoon for X-Men, where Wolverine's mainly the main character, when really he's just a bit part of that group. I mean, so, I totally agree with you on that. So 10 points. Good job. Xavier.
Yeah.
Are you still awake?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Do you know not playing Mario Kart?
Oh. So with that, I take away your 5 points and put you in timeout. No. Okay. No, okay, so 2 minutes on the board, and your time starts now.
So I think you are all addressing this question the wrong way, because clearly we're getting a Disney Plus show, right? So my soul is already gone. It's in the corporate machine. I'm going to make as much money as possible. So I'm taking Werewolf by Night, and the genre is a CW-style drama.
So you're going to throw money at crap?
Yes.
Wait.
And then I'm going to make so much more. And so you put Werewolf by Night and the rest of the Howling Commandos in a high school situation. And you just load it with like woke, like, oh no, man thing is now a lesbian transgender thing.
Jesus.
That'll probably get you demonetized more than us saying the fuck word, by the way.
That's fine.
But yeah, you do that, and you just horribly bastardize and butcher these characters because one, you want that Chinese money, and two, if you can appeal to Chinese or not Chinese girls, but teenage girls, mainly in America, they'll buy the DVDs or pirate your show, either one. And you just have this horrible premise of like these supernatural creatures in a high school setting being recruited by S.H.I.E.L.D., but they also need to balance their daily life. And it's like, oh my God, I turn into a werewolf when the moon is full. You know, just garbage like that.
This too now.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But you just slime over all the bases. It just to make running home easier. You just ruin it all.
Okay, so $5 super chat from Optimus Deadpool. I owe you money for putting this.
Oh, I forgot to say, my name is Xavier Harkonnen of Graded 0.5. I completely endorse everything I say.
Beautiful. Okay.
Send this man super chats to make it more worth his while. Please.
Xavier, you get 10 points because I like your approach to that question.
I feel like you were about to say 50.
I almost
tried
said
to
more,
talk and laugh at the same time. Okay, so we're gonna do one more question, and we'll get to everybody and talk about who you are, where you can be found, why you've been let out of the mental asylum. I can tell you in 5 seconds they never got me. So no. All right, here we go. We're gonna spin for the next topic. All right. How much real world effect does cancel culture have, and will it ever go away? Somebody decided to make this serious.
Yeah,
God damn it! It never, ever, every time I've done this show, I've done fairly serious ones, and it's never picked mine ever.
Well,
And now
pick both of mine in a row, so now you reap what you sow.
finally picks mine, and it has to be the boring one.
All right, so here we go.
Oh no!
Now you got
1 minute.
Watch this.
No.
Oh no!
Oh my God, Piper, what have you done?
I hope you're blowing something worth blowing because it doesn't.
Oh,
No!
Can I send you another super chat re-roll? Huh?
Can we bribe the show for mulligans?
4 minutes goes off of the board because we've spun it once, and that's all you get. Thank God.
Oh my God!
The question
It's easy to
is-
remember.
I gotta find a question. How much real world effect do you think cancel culture has, and will it ever go away? First up is Optimus. You're on the board. You do not have a mulligan, so your time starts now.
First off, Piper, I'm going to kill you. Just to let that be known that there is a murder in her future, and it will be by me. I'm admitting to it. Anyway,
I'll send
For
you.
legal reasons, that's a
I'll
joke.
send you the tape for defense.
it cancel culture have real world effect? Yes, no. It's kind of complicated, right?
Ow!
It can, you know, it's one of those things that can if it's true, right? I mean, if it's like one of those things, oh, this person's a Nazi. Well, if they really are a Nazi, okay, yeah, you're probably going to get canceled. But if you're not a Nazi, it's something you can overcome because you are covered by, you know, not being a Nazi, you know. As far as what was the second part of that question, just real quick?
And it will ever go away.
Will it ever go? It will eventually, I think, subside. We go through these like cycles, right? I remember in the early 2000s, it was late 90s, early 2000s, it was, you know, politically correct. That was the term, you know. It was like, you know, you can't say certain words, you can't do this. And then, you know, after about 8 or 9 years of that, it kind of turned around, for about 5 or 6 years, people said, screw it, you can say what you want, who cares, right? Then it became around like, well, now if you say these certain things or you don't agree with us, we're going to cancel you. Well, who has really the authority to cancel anybody, right? Nobody could take away anybody's ability to speak. As far, but the question is, are you going to make money doing it? And the whole point of canceling somebody is to make sure that they can't be successful in the career that they do. Yeah. So, excuse me. The whole thing is like, if you're canceled from doing job A, well, okay, can you do job B? Can you do job C? Are you really canceled? I'm trying to formulate another hypothesis here. But in the long run, it all depends. That's the key thing. It all depends, because if it's like when somebody says, "Oh, this person sexually assaulted me" or whatever. Well, did it really happen? Yes. Well, then they probably deserve what they got. No. Well, then but I think the biggest problem is you don't have a counter to cancel culture yet, which I think eventually will happen. Right?
What do you think the counter is going to be?
The counter is eventually going to be lawsuits. In my opinion.
Yeah.
People are going to sue people for saying, no, you can't, no, I didn't do that, and I'm going to sue you for defamation, right? Because you defamed my character and my ability to make money and all this other stuff. So I'm going to sue the hell out of you and make you take it back. It worked for the quartering. He basically got the guy to issue an apology, so they didn't have to go to court. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. Of course, there was an assault involved in that and everything else, but that's the key thing is it's going to take some people saying no more. We're going to sue the hell out of these people who are defaming us, and I think that will put an end to it, eventually. And I guess that's the answer to the question: will it ever go away? Yes, but it'll be a while because some people think they could just ride it out. Yeah. It might take a couple of years, but some people might. I think eventually somebody big enough is going to get to the point where they're just going to say, no, F it. I'm using my lawyers and we're going to take care of this forever.
Okay. 4 minutes. You survived. How do you feel? You need to go throw open a trash bag? Trash bin or something?
Blame Piper.
Hashtag I blame Piper. That's a good hashtag. 25 points total right now because I'm giving you 10 for having to suffer through that first. Yeah, sounds fair. All right, so 4 minutes on the board. Evil Bob, are you ready?
Not really, but let's go ahead anyway.
Good. Time starts now.
Okay, so my entire thing with cancel culture is that will it ever go away? Yes, because we're in a political. There's a political pendulum. I remember back in the '90s, a little bit before the '90s, in which the cancel culture groups were, religious people that were like saying, "Oh my God, D&D is now a satanic cult thing." Oh my God, these kids over here in this play school are being sacrificed to Satan. It's the same sort of thing with cancel culture. I found in that it's a pseudo religion. In that you don't have to prove anything when you're about to cancel somebody. You just have to, have enough people believe in it that it causes them to get that dopamine rush of destroying somebody that cancel culture is all about. Because that's the whole of it, is that they're trying to get that dopamine rush of ruining somebody using just the power of the internet. And unfortunately, that dopamine rush gets harder and harder to achieve with fewer and fewer targets. So you have to go with smaller and smaller aggressions, and that's the whole concept behind the microaggression. Is that there's these things that offend people that you don't even notice, and you really shouldn't notice because they're too small to be noticed. But if you have nothing else to complain about, they're it's like the princess and the princess and the pea. And but the people that suffer these supposed microaggressions don't notice them, but these imams, these priests of the new cancel culture, they notice these things and they're like, oh, you are being sinned upon. I will be offended for you, and they will get that dopamine rush from doing this entire cancel culture bullshit. And as Wayne pointed out, it's not going to stop until there are real world consequences. And will it stop? At least from the current rainbow hairs, I think it could stop, considering that it most of it is capturing most of their believers. Their faithful are being destroyed by this concept because they're running out of people to aggress upon this cancel culture bullshit. And what's even worse is that what's the word? They're destroying their faithful. It's destroying their. They're running out of targets. And the greatest thing I've ever seen done was the creation of the BlogSpot by Randy Harper. That was the beginning of the end of this bout of cancel culture, I'd say. And for those that don't know, she was this kind of land whale that got herself involved in Gamergate for whatever awful reason. And that was the catalyst for what I say is the beginning of the end, because the people that should be canceled and the people that are on BlogSpots, they're on that. If there was a Venn diagram, it would be people. It would be a complete circle. It'd be people that need to be canceled and people on BlogSpots. So everyone outside the BlogSpots can be canceled, and that it's just that dopamine rush is starting to. It's just brutal.
So you think, yes, there is an end to it somewhere.
Yes, but it's going to be something else.
More to the point, you think that when people are actually held accountable for what they're doing, and I won't name names out there, but there are people that this cancel culture actually goes after, finds out their names, finds out their addresses, and then attacks them with false things and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
or
yet
small
nothing, and nothing happens. Do you think that as soon as those people are held accountable, whether or not it be like by groups like YouTube or Twitter, people where they actually get their steam from, because you got to admit, if Twitter actually went against these people and actually did something to these people, so I think you're right there. Okay, 10 points, so you're up to 25 also. Xavier.
Yay.
All right, good. Seth, I'm coming for you. Just so you know, I'm coming for you. You got a lot of balls there in that chat. Just like a keyboard warrior. I see how you are. You want the link to come in here and say that to my face? You're gonna say,
oh no. You're gonna scare Seth.
Xavier, your time starts now.
Okay. Well, first off, if you stand Luna, you wouldn't get canceled. No, it's thank you. Yeah, no, it's one of those things. Is like, I don't think like cancel culture has actually affected like anybody it needed to, because like I don't know, Hillary Clinton kind of canceled Jeffrey Epstein, so that one sort of worked out.
You know what his last word, don't you?
It's stream midnight sessions or something.
No, his last word were
watch my fan cam.
Sorry.
No, it's like it's really funny because it's always like it always goes after people who are completely like innocuous. Like you had Me Too, which got some horrible people out of Hollywood, but then it was just like a bunch of unfounded accusations for everybody else. And then it just like, oh, we have to cancel. Oh no, this kid made like a TikTok that's kind of racist, get them expelled out of school. And I kind of understand it in this mindset of you can only control on the internet like what is in your realm of view. Like the only things you believe are what you can see. And so if something that you don't like comes into that, you try and get rid of that. It's like a form of confirmation bias. And because of that, like it's just this pure desperation to control that in your life. And it's incredibly sad. But the funny thing is, it is already more over than a lot of people consider it to be, because the only thing you need to do to like sidestep cancel culture, one, provide receipts that prove you're right, and I guess two, tell people to fuck off. That's it. Because if you just take control of the situation, they can't do anything. It truly is this wonderful thing that the majority of people canceling people are 14-year-olds who have no idea who you are.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no,
like part of that question would be like, do you believe that cancel culture only reinforces mob mentality?
It kind of, in a sense, like it's mob mentality until it stops working on the people they don't like. So it's like, oh, we canceled so-and-so. But it's like, no, well, really you didn't. You brought attention to it and the media made a thing out of it. And they're really just lying low for a couple of years until, let's say it's a musician. They'll just release another album in like 2 years once everybody's forgotten about it. Like the same thing happened with Chris Brown like 8 times. Mm-hmm. He keeps beating women, but people keep buying his albums. So it's one of those things of like, you're not going to cancel him because you like him. Just like if, you know, a K-pop guy ended up like, oh no, he got caught doing like copious amounts of cocaine. Well, he's a pretty boy, and you know, we're not going to cancel him. He didn't do anything bad to women. Oh, he ran over a lady of the night. Oh, well, that was just misguided angst. You know, it's never like the thing they like can truly be wrong. It's things outside of their realm.
Perfectly good. There, 4 minutes is gone. Yeah, I mean, the K-pop kid, you know, just 30 years behind his time. Okay, 80s, tons of cocaine, that would have worked. And then you mentioned the 14-year-olds canceling people. Basically, is who it is, right?
Yeah.
Is it ironic, like that we're saying that R. Kelly might be canceled by 14-year-olds? Too soon?
I think R. Kelly gets canceled by the court. It's just the 14-year-olds that bring the media attention.
Oh, so it's completely different. Gotcha. All right.
That one's actually in front of a jury of his peers.
Nice. 10 points. You guys will love it when you find out the points don't really matter. So, anyways, Piper.
Yeah, Piper, your turn.
Good luck.
Now she's listened to all of you. She's just written down and copied everything you guys just said and put it into a new word format. So she's going to say everything you guys just said, just differently. So
it's just a sticky note that says
"14-year-old" will be popping lots of cocaine and. All right, here you go. 4 minutes on the board. Your time starts now.
Okay, so now I'm going to tell everybody why all y'all are wrong.
Well, damn.
Cancel culture does have real world consequences, and it's not going away anytime soon. Probably won't go away as long as social media exists. So we'll start like cancel culture was already heavily fostered in like Asian countries, where a mere rumor, completely unsubstantiated, will still completely destroy a person's career. Granted, especially the women, but and it will be a rumor that doesn't matter. It's not a bad rumor, but just a specific rumor can completely destroy a career.
Oh, like in Korea.
Yep. I mean, example being there was a actress model or something. I cannot remember which country, but she did an ad for plastic surgery. And so everybody got pissed off when they found it. It was just supposed to be like in a paper. They got pissed off when they found it. And her entire career is dead because people think, oh, well, she said she didn't have plastic surgery, but here she is posing for a plastic surgery ad. So she swears up and down she never had plastic surgery. That's pretty brutal. Now bring it over here. It was a lot harder. It was a lot harder to do that, but it's happened. Milli Vanilli got busted being lip syncers, and they got canceled, and their careers were over, and everybody destroyed their Milli Vanilli shit. So thanks to social media, the problem is that it's way easier to do. And people are starting to run low on big name targets. And little name targets seems to be a little bit easier to go after in the first place. So we have Roseanne. She made a tweet. People canceled her over it, literally. You know, the internet got mad, and so she got her show canceled. There was another example. I liked Milli Vanilli too. There was another example I had actually that like very recently got canceled. But yes, it has real world effect because now a couple of, some upset fans online can raise a huge stink online. And all of these companies, agencies, what have you, they're all scared of that. They're scared of the bad look, basically. Vic would be another one. Yeah. Vic, at least, he had like some accusations. So, but people are being canceled over stupid shit, like a single tweet and this and that. It's not going to go away as long as social media is a thing. And as long as companies keep bending to the will of and literally destroying these people's career because a mob on the internet got mad. And, it was really up to the companies to stop listening to these people. And yes, I think it's going to take some lawsuits. But it's ridiculous. It's gotten to the point now it's hashtags, but cancel culture's always been here. It's just the internet made it way easy, and the companies actually paying attention to nobody's on Twitter, kids on Twitter, hashtag cancel whoever it is this week. Companies actually listening to that. Make it have real world consequences. People's lives are being destroyed, their livelihoods or their careers. And yeah.
Yep.
Whoop, yep.
Well, then.
I got a rebuttal to that, and it's blame it on the rain. Yeah.
Who did you pay to sing that for you?
I sang that, sir.
Oh, you did.
Yes.
I thought being Milli Vanilli, you'd be smart enough and at least have somebody else do it, put it on, put some time towards it. This is
I am a
you're putting effort in here.
I am a consummate professional. I'm not some German pretending to be Jamaican.
Gotcha.
Xavier is in the chat.
Yes.
Yes, dude. A lot of canceling going over there in Asian countries, and I think that they got the numbers. And I don't know, but it spread over here finally and got big.
Well, everything out east eventually makes it over here. COVID-19. Again, too early. Anyways,
now you're gonna get this thing taken.
Okay, so 3 questions in. We got 2 more to go, but we're gonna go around. We're gonna talk to you guys about where you can be found, what you do, all that fun stuff, and we will start with the evil one below me, Evil Bob.
Oh,
go
no.
ahead, everybody about yourself, where you can be found, what you can do, turn on your camera, do 3 somersaults in the air, something like that.
Oh, frick.
No, just tell everybody about where they can find you and all that fun stuff.
Just do your mega shield, but slow it down, Mike. That's all you got.
Oh, well, okay. So you can find me out on Super Nerdland, or on supernerdland.com, as well as my Twitter @ which is Super Nerd Mike. Which confuses a lot of people. And then we have my webcomic, which is ogchan.com, the most lit webcomic in the internet. And then, yeah, that's practically where all you can find me. I think I have a Patreon somewhere, but I don't use it as a tip jar. Don't expect any updates from it.
Nice. All right, up next, let's go to Xavier. Xavier, tell them who you really are, and tell them.
Man. I guess I'm Raptro, if we're being real. No, me Xavier Harkonum, me graded 0.5, born on a month. I don't really do shit. I stream on Twitch every once in a while, but like, I don't know. Like, I'm on Twitter at not Raptro.
I thought it was Hey Raptro.
Is it, or Hey Raptor
Hey
or
Raptor.
something? I don't.
Hey Raptro.
Yeah, your actual at is Hey Raptro.
Yeah, I don't follow me.
Everybody's links are down below in the description box. All the websites that I could find, including the ones that they don't know about. We won't talk about that though. Those are all down below. Their addresses, their home addresses, yes, those two. Their bank account numbers, routing numbers, their PIN number.
My Only Farmers account.
Yes.
You got one of those too?
Oh, well, damn it.
I actually got kicked off of a blackpeoplemeet.com recently. That's unrelated, but.
All right. Up next, we're going to go to Chief Justice Optimus. Optimus Deadpool, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself, where they can find you, all that fun stuff.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Obviously, on Twitter, you can find me at Optimus Deadpool. We host every Monday through Thursday night, we host a show, Graded Point Live, which is on the channel Graded Point 5. That is all spelled out. Basically, our premise is we find pop culture stuff, make fun of it, because that's what we do. We dunk on fools that need to be dunked on. And we also, talk to guests about their comics and things like that. As far as comics, we also have a project going on Indiegogo right now, Peregrine Wings of the Falcon. You can find that on Indiegogo. It's doing very well. Later on tonight, there will be an announcement for a brand new cover by a very talented artist named Preston Acevedo. And if you check him out, his at is at Nicky the Pipe. If you want to check his art out, very good artist, very phenomenal. And you will see his stuff soon on our page. So that's about it for me. But all I can say is that I can't wait to hear what Piper says.
Again, everybody's links are down below. I did put the Indiegogo down there. I believe I put it under Piper's name, but I knew a lot of you guys were working on that. So it is down below in the description box. I made sure I did put that in there. Last but not least, the fabulous, the wonderful, the lady behind the adventures of Piper and much more. This is Piper right there. Piper, tell everybody about where they can find you and all that fun stuff. Okay. Go ahead.
No. Okay. So obviously you can find me also on Graded Point 5 when I hope to actually put a video series or two on there. So if you want to see my stuff, sub to Graded Point 5 on YouTube instead of me on YouTube, because I have no idea when I feel like messing with my own stuff. But you can go and look at the entire nothing that I have up on the adventuresofpiper.net. There's going to be stuff there, I swear. But I've been very busy working on Peregrine stuff that's already been shilled. And other than that, I am Fizz Giggity on Twitter. You can come see me fight with cancel kids.
Oh, and I should mention the original Graded Point 5 account on Twitter has been reactivated as of yesterday. We didn't know about it until today. But
I went there.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's the at on that? Is
the original at is spelled out Graded Point 5.
I think that's what I put down there. I'm not sure.
Yeah. And the new, which is now I guess will be an alternate one, is Graded Point number 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
and
the main one is
down on Piper's links. I put her OnlyFans. It's down there.
I wasn't gonna mention it, but
did you put Mike's?
Yeah,
that's my Only Farmers.
Oh, it's on.
Got that too. Don't worry about it, guys. Every link you need of them is down there. So, all right. Well, back to this lovely wheel that you guys hate because that 5 minutes is still on there.
Oh God.
And it went from black to green. I don't know how the hell that happened. Normally it stays the same color. It's got a mind of its own today. But before we know what we're doing with that, up next, I believe, is Evil Bob, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, you're first. You're first. So on the next one. So here we go. We're gonna spin that wheel and see what we get.
Big money, big money.
Pick money. Oh.
The Justice League
Yes.
Snyder Cut will be released officially. Will it be any good? The first thing I gotta say about this is I will still say I will believe it when I see it. I don't care
Right.
what the news says. This has been. I just think this is like the biggest trolling ever, and I would laugh my ass off if next year when they say it's going to be released,
KK, LOL.
on there, and it's the original cut, and they just go like, ha, ha, I just got a bunch of people to subscribe to HBO Max. Anyways, I'm just saying. I mean, it might happen, and I would love to see it. I just don't. It just seems weird. But what do you think of all that? Do you need me to repeat that question since I talked so much afterwards?
The Snyder Cut, right?
Yeah,
don't need time.
Snyder Cut will be released next year. Will it be any good? That's the
Yeah,
that's the
but you
question.
got to roll the time.
I know I do.
Yeah.
Sure you really want me to do that? Are you sure?
Oh God.
I mean, if you don't want to,
I imagine trying to talk about this for Jesus.
For 2 minutes?
Even 2 minutes seems like a bit much.
Oh,
It's a short question.
all right. 2 minutes stays on the board because, well, it's the 2 minute time. And we're going to start your time, Evil Bob. Your
I'm gonna
time.
be frank with everybody. I've never watched the Justice League movie. Whether it's quality or not, I don't care because I don't know. I don't know if Schneider would have made any a better cut than what was released because I haven't seen the original cut. All I know is that people complain about the original cut, and I think it's because everything looks like it's plasticine or it's like because it's bizarrely CG animated and it has such an odd plot. I don't think any director's cut could save what is there from what I've seen. Is Aquaman in that movie? I don't. Yeah. So, like, the only thing that would
80%
honestly save that movie, I'd say, is more Aquaman.
Yeah.
And
80% of his movie is missing. They cut 80% of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I would say that the only thing that would maybe save that film is more Aquaman, and that is such a bizarre thing to say.
it is.
Considering that most of us grew up where Aquaman was just the butt of literally every fucking joke that came about for the Justice League. But Jason Momoa there somehow fucking knocked it out of the park by being this big buff Atlantean motherfucker. And which is how he should have been portrayed in the comics, but everyone I can think of that can that mentions the Justice League only mentions that cartoon. What was that one cartoon back in the day?
Justice League.
Yeah, Justice League. That was just that. Oh my god, I am fucking rambling over something I don't care about. As to whether or not the Snyder Cut will improve, like I don't know anything of Schneider. I have not watched a Schneider film.
He was in The Animal.
The Animal, really? Oh, that wrong Schneider.
All right, time is up. I'm going to go ahead and give you 10 points for that, for rambling perfectly. That's great. Up next, Xavier, are you ready? 2 minutes.
Sure.
Your time starts now.
Will the Snyder Cut be good? No, because Zack Snyder movies suck.
Right.
Sure.
You wasted 10 seconds. Continue.
Yeah. I think Sucker Punch is like the only interesting movie he's done. Yeah.
Yeah, but even that was poor.
Yeah, you're not supposed to talk, Mike. Shush.
Watchmen was okay, kind of, but I don't know. Like, I genuinely cannot see a version of the Justice League that makes me want to kill myself being good. just, oh boy, I love being depressed. Let me just grab this bottle of Tylenol, and for legal reasons, this is a joke.
Thank you.
I don't see like having just horrible muted movies. Like, granted, I watched The Abomination where Joss Whedon stuck his fingers in the pie before he ate it, and it was like just a horrible, like, oh god, I felt like I was bipolar, but it was really just the movie projecting that onto me. And I don't know what would make that better. Like, if you go completely grimdark, it's just sad. And if you go to Saturday morning cartoon, it doesn't make sense because Batman was going to crucify Super Christ in the last movie, but now they're best friends, and and then Cyborg's there and not Martian Manhunter. And why did you kick Martian Manhunter out? You could have just not done the Flash, and Martian Manhunter would have made more sense, because Superman goes fast and Flash goes fast. So what is the point of Flash if Superman is just as fast as the Flash in the movie? It's not.
All right, good ramble. 10 minutes is gone. I was going to say 5 because it felt like that, but anyway. Okay.
Boosh.
Just so you know, I rib on people just because I can. That's just
that's fine. I accept.
You're the host. You know what I mean?
I know. Thank you for making it very obvious that I'm the host. I'm glad people
Just
now
wait
know.
for us to ask you questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you 10 points for the completely Rambleton. So Piper, 2 minutes on the board about something you absolutely have no one to talk about. Talk.
Okay. Well, see, the problem here is that I completely gave up on even bothering to watch any more DC live action movies after Batman versus Superman, because that made no fucking sense and sucked. And so I was finally done. But
She was free of the evil.
yeah. I was like, no more. I'm not giving him any more chances. I'm done. So that's one problem. However, I was told many, many, many times by many, many people that if I had watched the director's cut of Batman versus Superman, that would actually make some sense and not be stupid. I haven't, right? I haven't yet, though, because I was just so disappointed. I don't want to sit there for that long looking at that. So, will the Snyder cut of Justice League be better? Well, see, they still have that shittily cast Flash in there. He's still going to be there. So it's not going to fix that. It's not going to fix a lot of the problems with the movie. It's hopefully going to add some context, which apparently was what I needed in order to enjoy Batman versus Superman, according to other people.
Reveals that both their parents are Martha.
But I think, honestly, everything was already done in the wrong order. The Snyder cut will probably at least make some things make more sense to people. I'm assuming, because there's more context in there. But it's not going to recast and change characters, and it's not going to fix anything, really. But you do get more sexy Aquaman, I heard.
Piper sold. Sign me up. Take my money. Just I'll put it on mute and I'll fast forward to the parts I don't care about.
Yeah.
Shirtless. Fast forward. Shirtless.
Yeah.
Fast forward. Shirtless. Yes. Perfect. 10 points because hey, you ended up on the part that most women would have. Jason Momoa shirtless. Okay, so Optimus, are you ready?
Oh yeah.
2 minutes is on the board. Your time starts. Wait for it. Now.
Clark, my invincible son. Whatever you do, whatever I ask, I want you to know one thing. I want you to never, ever try to save my life. I don't care if a tornado is bearing down on me and you have the power of a literal God and you can save me from this tornado. Yeah, but I'm going to very clearly tell you right now, do not save my life. Let me die, because it is better to not save somebody and let a lot of people die than to expose yourself and actually be a good human being. I am Jonathan Kent, and I apparently proved this message, and that's why the Snyder Cut is going to be terrible, because the Zack Snyder movies are terrible. There's a track record, people. There is nothing in any reality where you can say this movie will be good because it's the Zack Snyder Cut. If anything, it might make it worse. because if that's his idea of storytelling, to make Pa Kent a fucking nihilist, it's like, oh fuck it, who cares? Who cares about people dying?
My question about this is it amazes me how many people are hashtag release the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, I was like,
but
I thought that was a joke.
But 5 minutes, it was for the longest time. I still, like I said, I will believe it when it does happen, because I still feel like they're being trolled. Because here's the thing: these people, and I'm sorry that I'm jumping in your time and wasting it for you. The thing I don't get is these people hashtag release the Snyder Cut. They're the first ones that will chastise and rip apart a comic book for being wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But they want this thing released where most people are like, Zack Snyder needs to get the F out of the DC universe. I mean, okay, yeah, 6 seconds.
I will say this, I might go a little over on this, but I will say this. I agree with my if anything would make any version of Justice League better is what our friend Matt Wanger says. We need a version where it's a remove Ezra Miller cut, where we do not have that Flash in the movie. If you did that, it might make it somewhat tolerable.
I do have one more thing to add at the end of all of that.
Yep.
I do think that the Snyder Cut needs to be released in order to thoroughly trash his movies. I think that's what people need it for, because otherwise, he can sit there and go, "Oh well, if you had seen my cut, it would have been good if you had seen my cut."
Yeah, it's always going to be that what if, right?
And just had the perfect way that HBO Max can release this, and it is the Mystery Science Theater 3000 Snyder Cut.
Yeah,
in front of the screen, and it's the Snyder Cut.
Get Joel and Tom Servo and I'll get them all together and do a roast. There you go. Yeah,
I thought I heard Ezra Miller was out of this version. Okay, 10 points for you.
Isn't the guy who plays Flash in Justice League the one who just got really high on drugs and choked that lady recently?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So, that is so much blown up to, I don't know. The cops never got called. She was laughing when he did it. It's I don't know. I think
that's rad. Why are we getting him out of the movie?
Why haven't we canceled
Give him more drugs?
Can we cancel him? Is that okay to cancel Ezra Miller?
Cancel him for being. They tried until the whole context of that video came out, and then it was like, we can't.
Okay. Right. So we're down to the last question, guys. So I do want to thank you all again for being here. Thank you. But we're going to spin the wheel of names one last time to see who starts this round. Wait for it. Evil Bob is start. He's like, I already did this once. I just got done. Okay. So you get to finish this last round. We're going to go ahead and spin the wheel of topics. Your last topic tonight, guys. Who would you cast as Batwoman, knowing the show is already in an unsolvable flop?
Oh, wow. Not only one of my questions, but two of them. Wow.
Nice.
And then both has to be at a time when they fucking phoned it in.
Who would you cast as Batwoman? See, this wheel is nasty. Who cast Batwoman, knowing the show is already an unsolvable flop? And now.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
Everybody's going to pray for 1 minute.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. God damn it.
So let me get this straight. Piper go into witness protection right now because you had the 4-minute and the 5-minute time for both of your questions that you said you phoned in.
Yes, they were ones that I just phoned in because I was like, mine never get picked anyway, and I think really hard on my other ones. So these I'm just gonna write like one sentence. Freaking god damn it!
Hey, Mike and not Xavier, can you do me a favor?
Okay.
Find out if crucifixion is still legal and get back to me.
It's not, but let's do it anyway.
Wow.
I am going to say this though. It's going to take about 20 minutes to do this. I have to go get my son by 9:00. That'll put us around 8:40. I am going to so graciously give you guys your mulligan back for this very reason. If you guys would like to take less time, you can take it down to the 1-minute time if you'd like. You can take it down to whatever time or whatever. Because I'm going to give you back your mulligan in the fact that I don't want to hear my son bitch that he had to wait. Basically.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
I think you just saved my life.
yeah, exactly. I'm putting the nails up now. I'm not gonna.
Okay, so Bob, evil Bob, would you like to change that 5 minutes?
I can ramble for about a minute on this, I think.
A minute?
Yes.
All right, your minute is on the board, and your time starts now.
Now, knowing that Halle Berry is has had the worst reputation for comics book movies, especially with her portrayal of the Catwoman as the catnip addicted mutant thing, I would shove her in as Batwoman, and then the rest of the female roles, because why not? I mean, for crying out loud, she's not an unattractive woman by any chance, but she's just had the worst luck. I mean, casting her as literally every woman in that show would give us such a peculiar balance to it, I think. And placing Halle Berry as literally anything else there, I mean, who else is in that show? I have not paid attention to it at all. Man, I am a pop culture podcaster that has no experience in watching pop culture.
There's that one person, and then the other person, and then that other person that's that
something like Black Canary, I think. Good lord.
Your time's up.
Halle Berry all across the board, just every role.
Okay, so I won't tell you exactly what your points are, the final points, because, well, I don't do that on the last round. So, well, let's see here. So 5 minutes is on the board. Up next is Xavier. Would you like to keep that 5 minutes on the board, or would you like to change that?
I can go for like 3 minutes.
3 minutes on the topic.
Wow.
3 minutes is on the board. Your time starts now.
I should have picked 5. Whatever. I'm casting Rose McGowan.
Oh,
Rose McGowan, the lady from Charmed, who is absolutely batshit.
You know what? I'm for it.
I genuinely think you. So you stop filming it like a drama and you do it like a reality TV show. And you do a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and it's just Rose McGowan filming a show. It's called Batwoman, and she thinks she's Batwoman, and you just allow her cameras following her constantly, and you just see the nutty shit she gets up to, screaming at people who don't exist, and we need to film the scene with the Joker. Rose, you're in a Starbucks. Please calm down. The Joker's coming. Just have her wear the costume all the time, never wash it. It gets really horrible and beat up and patchwork. And it's just this slow descent into madness, right? Where we film it over 3 seasons. You know, we just scrape out as much content as we can from this woman's life who clearly is not in a very good way. And we all just sit back and laugh, and the CW makes their money, and then you slowly work it into the Joker movie somehow. I don't know how you would do that, because that supposedly takes place in the 70s, but you could just keep putting Rose McGowan in 70s themed Western sets and stuff like that, and have people dressed up in period clothing and she screams at them. I don't know. I just want to see a crazy person's life kind of compound, and killing another series like Batwoman to do that would just make me happy. And it really would just be for the best, wouldn't it? Like, we take the CW and we fill it with shit.
Is
and
somebody
then we
counting how many times they'll say like now?
I think I'm up to like. So 30. I don't know, man. I should have said like 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
31.
Yep.
I have 18, 17, 16.
Just make noises 15, with your mouth now.
14, 13. 12.
Say it like
he's right in the count.
Say it like the count. 7, 6, 5.
4, 3, 2. Boom shakalaka.
Nice throwback to NBA Jam. That might have gotten you some extra points. Really quick, let's go over some people that that I've seen in here. Alyssa Milano to put the final nail in her coffin of her career. Let's hear Flo from the Progressive Commercials. Rebel Wilson. Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh gosh.
Let's see here. Yeah, I think that might be it. Caitlyn, Rebel, or the It's Ma'am chick. So I obviously in this chat, I'm not the only person that thinks the CW stuff is pretty horrid.
Oh no, it's the worst.
Well, I have friends that are like, "Oh, it's just they do a really good job." I'm like, I can't watch it because every time I watch it, there's something I'm like, "Oh wow."
Yeah.
Okay. So, up next, Piper, you have 5 minutes on the board, unless you would like to change it, but you don't have to.
I am so tempted.
Don't you do it.
Okay, 1 minute.
Like you're lucky you're still alive. The dogs were coming.
I was reaching back for the nails. I've already put.
Okay.
You know.
All right, 1 minute on the board. Your time starts now.
Have you heard that they're supposedly considering Amber Heard
Oh,
for?
God.
Yeah. One, I don't think that she should get, any parts anywhere. I think she, is one of those that, should be canceled if we're going to do this canceling shit. She would be one that definitely deserves it. However, I guess that would be kind of hilarious, putting her as a Batwoman. So the show is going to die regardless. There's no saving it. You might be able to put a massive, like a big name, or you're going to have to just fucking make it funny as shit or weird. So, fuck.
She couldn't even get through a minute. Come on.
No, I was just trying to think of names, and all the names are missing. Go and put, you know what? Give it to Johnny Depp.
I'm Batwoman. Okay, so let's see here. We have Optimus. There's a sale on lumber at Home Depot. Okay, that's nice. So they're hiring someone already experienced in beating on men. Good.
Yeah.
Good. How about this one? Hire the Twitch deer thing.
Yeah.
Oh. Watch out, you might get taken down like Mary did last night.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just pass by that. Make a good Batwoman show and get Gina Carrera.
Yeah,
She
That's
deserves better than that.
The problem is that they've already lost any potential viewers they gave up.
they have no viewership.
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even bother spending the money to put somebody good. You're not
I
saving.
guess what you can do is you pull it off the air and reboot the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you could do really at this point, I think. I mean, are we all? And I know Optimus, you still have to go, but are we all under the impression that this is it's death knell? Whatever, what they do, this is off the air after the second.
Oh
season.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it shouldn't have had a second season.
No, it
had
should
a first one, but still.
Well, yeah.
I think if Supergirl can go for as many seasons as it has, you're going to see at least one more out of Batwoman.
I wonder, but you know,
Supergirl was actually almost kind of good if you get past how shitty it looked.
Yeah, and that's always my problem with CW is
Yeah.
like if you're gonna put the time and some effort towards it, put some money behind it, pull it off of the TV and put it on a streaming service, and put some dollars behind it for at least better effects.
Yeah,
that's really the first thing that kills me. Which is why when I saw the Batwoman trailer, besides the crap that I heard on there, like it fits, this should fit a woman or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that bullshit.
I really liked the look of it. I liked the stylization of it. It looked I thought it looked very good. But yeah, and then I watched like 5 minutes of the first episode. I was like, okay.
Yep.
All right. So Optimus, you have 5 minutes on the board, or should I just keep it to 1 minute? 1 minute. Okay. Time starts now.
Okay, Eddie Murphy.
Oh, yes.
and make it a buddy cop movie.
No.
Because Eddie Murphy, he's done the parts before. He's played women before, with the makeup and stuff like that. It looks like you want to say something, but but the point in fact is that I'd say at this point, that everything is going wrong with that show. Make it a buddy cop movie. Put Eddie Murphy as the star, and as Kate Kane. Give him somebody who she can have a relationship with, and solve crimes and all that stuff, and just roll with it because nothing can save it at this point. So you might as well just go all out.
And Marty McFly fly in the DeLorean.
Yeah.
And say, quick, you got to come with me. We've got to save the show.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's no saving it. So yeah, buddy cop movie or buddy cop show. Just do it.
All right. Some other good answers on here. Very good. You got through that minute. Lucky. Very good suggestions here. How about the Gecko from Geico commercials? Reboot as Batmite. And then Snarkticon says, I bet the CW would make a Gotham High series.
Oh no.
I bet they would try.
Now. Oh, that's the worst thing in the world. Well, they will. It's CW and it's set up a teen drama. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And it has
they're definitely going to try
that you need. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then let HBO take over. They did a great job with Marvel titles. Cast Medea.
that would go along with the Eddie Murphy.
I was gonna say Medea's probably at least cheaper than Eddie.
Well, there you go, Medea with Eddie Murphy. Well, Eddie Murphy, he's gonna sell his soul to Netflix. I mean, well, actually, he's already signed up for a bunch of stuff. Actually, My Name is Dolomite. That was
really good.
It was good. And then I'm looking forward to him doing the comedy stand-up that he's going to do. And because I'm sorry, after I saw Dave Chappelle's last comedy thing on there, I was like, thank God this is real comedy again, because he is not holding back. And I laughed at everybody who threw a fit about that. I was like, you're so stupid. Okay, so it's time to reveal the final points, and you guys all know you were getting about 10 points per round, but that doesn't matter because I went to a random number generator and gave you your final points. Gotta love me, don't you? Okay, so in fourth place with 1128 is Evil Bob. Fourth place. In third place, third place is Xavier with 1646. In second place, I can't talk. Anyways, in second place is Piper with 3805, and in first place with 4,725 points is Optimus.
as it should be.
Well, but wait, there is more.
Oh,
because I just can't let this just die like that. I gotta actually have you guys go to what I call the final five. So, Xavier, Evil Bob, I will have you back in just a minute, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to put you in the back room while I have Piper and Optimus go at it.
Oh.
It's going to become pay-per-view, just so you guys know. All right, so I'll have you guys come back here in just a second. Okay. This is the final 5. I have 5 questions that I came up with earlier, and I answered them myself. And if you answer the way I answer, you get a point. If you answer wrong, you don't get a point. And it doesn't matter what you think because it's what I thought. So you have to think about this from my point of view. And since both of you don't know me that well, that means you're fucked. So with that said, here we go. And I will ask you the question, then each of you give me your answer, okay? And the person with the most out of 5 wins. Question number 1. Piper, Kirk or Picard?
Kirk.
Okay. Optimus?
Picard.
Okay.
Caveat, Cisco.
Second question. When I say Dana Barrett, you say Piper?
The fuck?
Okay. Optimus, when I say Dana Barrett, you say
who?
Okay. Good to know. Third question, Piper, Blade Runner or Total Recall?
Ooh. You would shit. I'll say Blade Runner.
Okay. And Optimus, Blade Runner or Total Recall?
No, I'll say Blade Runner.
Okay. Fourth question, Piper, Twix or Kit Kat?
Oh.
Interesting. Kit Kat.
Okay. And Optimus?
Yeah, I'm Kit Kat. Yeah.
Okay. And the last but not least, better trilogy, the prequels or the originals? So 1 through 3 or 4 through 6 of Star Wars. Star Wars. I almost said Star Trek. I was like, what the hell?
Ooh.
Yeah. So better trilogy, Piper, 1 through 3 or 4 through 6?
4 through 6 is the original trilogy. Yeah, that one, because if you don't answer that, you're dead to me.
Okay. And with that said, Optimus?
Yeah, the original. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So with 4 points, the winner is Piper.
Woo! Damn.
So the questions were Kirk or Picard. I said Kirk.
I just said Picard because I don't care what you think.
Oh, well, yeah, I was going to say, if it was my pick, I'd probably still pick Picard, but I was thinking of his pick.
Notice I said caveat Cisco because
I understand. And then I will skip the second question. Blade Runner or Total Recall? Blade Runner. So you both got that. Twix or Kit Kat? I would have taken either. I prefer Twix because there's more there, but I like both equally. They're like my favorite candy bars. And then better trilogy, like Piper said. If you say 1 through 3, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't mind 1 through 3 because it got better as it went, but 4 through 6 is just it is what a trilogy should be. And if you have to question that, then go to hell.
Yeah.
But the second question that you guys didn't get, have you guys not seen Ghostbusters? When I say Dana Barrett, you said there is no Dana, only Zool. So,
you know what? I completely blanked. It's been a while since I've even watched the movie. I couldn't remember her last name, so I didn't know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
There is no Dana, only Zool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you know, but congratulations. We're gonna bring everybody back now. Hey guys, how you doing? That was so crazy, and that's just me and stroking my ego. So, yeah, so all right, guys. Well, thank you very much for showing up. Guys, everybody that watched, we still got 11 people watching. That's pretty good. That's been consistent. And craziness is whatever. Leave it to Chris to pick a womanizer. What the hell?
Piper,
I can't get the point. Anyways, Kirk. So
yeah.
But
That's
with
why-
that said, guys, what I want you guys to do is tell everybody about yourself one more time. Let them know everything you want. Piper, we will start with you since you won.
Oh, cool. Shit. I'm Fizz Giggity on Twitter. Okay. Back Peregrine, Wings of the Falcon. You can find me on Creative Point 5 doing stuff, especially streams. And eventually you'll find more with adventuresofpiper.net.
Exactly. Do you want to go ahead and take the bow for Peregrine? That's a no. Okay, so on to Optimus. Optimus, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself.
Yes, like I said before, you can find me on Twitter at Optimus Deadpool. Because I had to mention it again, I'll put it back in there. At graded 0.5, all spelled out, is where you can find our information on Twitter, and of course, graded 0.5, the YouTube channel, where you can see us rant and rave and have all kinds of fun, good times on Twitter. Peregrine Wings of the Falcon is our project currently. In good standing. Later tonight, like I said before, there will be a new special cover by the great Preston Acevedo, who we call Best Preston because of reasons. And other than that, I want to say thank you for having us on tonight. It was a lot of fun, and I just want to let the chat know that I will not crucify Piper. That was a joke.
At least not this time.
Yeah, the NSA, that was a joke. NSA, that was a joke.
We're all going to
one more thing. The Kirk and Picard, neither is the motherfucking Cisco. Anyway.
I really wanted to answer the question about bears. I'm really sad.
Well,
Damn.
All the ones that don't get picked go into a giant pool and tune in next week. I need 2 more people for next week, so you could jump in on it, Piper, because I next week think I'm going to basically use old questions instead of getting them from the panel. So, so it'll be nobody will know what is actually going to come up. So it'll be a whole bunch of bullshit. No, actually, I'll put it in the chat. But anyway,
I was looking forward to spending 5 minutes explaining how I protect myself from bears.
Right? Me too.
That's what I was looking forward to the most.
Tune in next week. It might be on there. Okay. Big Xavier, go ahead and tell everybody who you really are and a little bit about yourself.
Me, Xavier, me love intersectional feminism. Me hate comic book. Me smash fash. Supporting people. Me own every copy of Goddess Mode, both cover. No, I don't know, man. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I don't ever do anything. It's at Hey Raptor. I seriously don't follow me. It's a waste of time. That's it.
Go follow him. It doesn't hurt to follow somebody.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't help.
It doesn't hurt. And if it does hurt, just unfollow it. And it really makes the point apparent.
So
I'm just going to post more Gundam shit.
There you go.
All right. Evil Bob, tell everybody. Well, actually, Evil Bob, the Almighty. Go ahead and tell everybody about yourself.
You can follow me on Twitter at Super Nerd Mike. And you can check out my comic, The Adventures of OG Chan, on ogchan.com, the most lit web comic on the internet. I also used to write quite a bit, and that was on supernerdland.com. So, other than that, I think that's about it.
Awesome.
Also, you can check me out that I am an official Peanut Gallery member on graded 0.5.
Ah, yes. Okay, now, did anybody mention Peregrine?
I did.
Okay, I thought.
Yeah, I did too, actually. And then you said I didn't, and I was like,
I didn't. I hear things, voices, and wait, we're still live. Never mind. I'll tell you about it afterwards. Anyways, with that said, guys, go ahead and tell everybody out there. Thank you very much, and guys, thank you. I appreciate it very, very much. But everybody, say good night. Goodbye.
Good night.
Goodbye.
I am Chris Knight. This has been the Real Review 3000 and the Weekly Rumble. Thank you all for watching.
Hey guys, thanks for checking us out. Be sure to subscribe to both channels, and make sure to check out our friends in the Fandom Minutes. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and BitChute, and you can also send us an email at sean@seanstackhousereacts.com and chrisknight@therealreview3000.com. Be sure to swing by our Teespring store to pick up some awesome merchandise.